Hi, I'm Ed Musio, CEO of Group Harmonics, and I'm going to tell you about brainstorming done right. We hear the word brainstorming used around the workplace a lot, and usually now we just use it to mean everyone share your idea. But everyone can share their ideas by email. The idea of real brainstorming is we have a group of people, like this group here. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. In other words, they can do more together than they could do alone. The way brainstorming is supposed to work is that we get this group together. This person shares an idea he has, maybe, with these people. Maybe she hears that idea, gives her another idea, gives this person another idea. They all start talking back and forth about their different ideas. And eventually, this person hears all that, and it inspires this person to have an idea that nobody else had. In a sense, it's this person's idea. But in a sense, this great idea came from everything that came before it. That's real brainstorming. Now, if you want to do your brainstorming right and get ideas you wouldn't otherwise get, there are some simple do's and don'ts that you need to follow. The first do for good brainstorming is you do want to capture everything, and I mean everything. You want to start a flip chart or maybe a whiteboard, and you want to write down everything anyone says, no matter how crazy it sounds. You may be inclined to skip some things, but you don't want to do that. You want to get everything on the board. What you don't want to do is you don't want to evaluate anything. You don't want to say, that'll never work, that's too expensive, and not write it down. This may not be a useful idea, but it may inspire the next useful idea, so you want it up. Now, the next thing you want to do in good brainstorming is you want to encourage participation. It's perfectly valid to turn to someone and say, Frank, I haven't heard from you in a while. Do you have any new ideas? Maybe Frank has something he's been thinking about. On the other hand, what you don't want to do is you never want to force participation or participation sequence. If you're just going to make everyone go around the table and say what they think, you've lost the organic nature of the process and you're back to using email. Don't force it. The third thing you want to do in proper brainstorming is you want to allow people to ask clarifying questions. Let's say, for example, that you said your idea was to change the business process. I might ask you, do you mean the accounting business process or do you mean the customer service business process? That's a clarifying question. I'm trying to understand what your idea really is. What we never want to do is we never want to allow anyone to ask judging questions. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to say to you, how can you possibly think that would work? That's a judging question. It's really a secret way of just evaluating, and it's too soon in the process for evaluating. Now, once you've gotten through that part of the process, once you've got your full list and everyone's best ideas are out, then you can start to evaluate. Actually, you're going to do three things. First, you're going to categorize. You're going to find like items, and you're going to group them together so you can reduce the number of things you have to study. Then, you're going to reduce. You're going to go through and find the things that just won't work, you know they're not feasible, and you're going to take them off the list. And then finally, you're going to analyze. You're going to look at what's left, figure out which are the best ideas, and bring them forward, hopefully, for implementation. So the next time you have a group of people and you need a great idea, do your brainstorming right. Capture everything everyone says, encourage participation, and make sure you allow clarifying questions. But don't evaluate anything too soon in the process. Don't force people to participate or their order, and don't ask judging questions. Once you've got your list together, then you can categorize, reduce, and analyze what you have. And hopefully what you'll find there will include your next great idea.